Elite Facts presents
World's Most Deadly Spiders.
1.
The Brazilian wandering spider holds a Guinness World Record for the world's most venomous. The venom it injects is almost 20 times more powerful than the black widow once it gets into the bloodstream. The effects of the venom mirror some of the world's most poisonous snakes. The effects of a bite include loss of muscle control, which can shut down the respiratory system, which eventually would lead to death. Other side effects include intense pain from the bite itself, and with those teeth, you'd struggle to wonder why. And gentlemen, you might want to stay even further away because it also causes a 4-hour erection. Yep, a 4-hour erection. Although this might sound great to some, it's actually extremely painful. As you can imagine, the name of the spider gives a clue as to why it's so deadly, in that it wanders around wherever it chooses to go, including houses, shops, and even boots or a box of bananas. Fortunately for us, an effective antivenom has been developed.
2.
The Hobo Spider can deliver a serious bite to lab animals, and their bites can cause necrosis, and these bites cause an open wound, which may take many weeks to heal. The Hobo Spider is aggressive and is fairly common, which increases the chance of an actual bite occurring. In fact, the Hobo Spider is sometimes referred to as the aggressive house spider. Previously, the spider was common throughout Europe and went practically unnoticed, only recently popping up in America. Where it differs is that in Europe, the Hobo Spider is not found in houses. Other bigger, meaner spiders keep it out.
3.
The Camel Spider is something you'd only see in a Stephen King film. Something you wouldn't want to meet in a light alley, never mind a dark one. The biggest kind can reach 6 inches in length, and it looks like an alien from another planet. Its powerful jaws making up about a quarter of that. The secret here is that the Camel Spider isn't even a proper spider. They are in fact a type of arachnid known as solifuges, also known as wind scorpions. Solifuges are found in deserts throughout the world. The reason they're featured is because they look so fierce and grow so big. They have thunderous speed and can reach up to 10 miles per hour. Their bite isn't venomous but can cause some serious tissue damage, and infection can easily set in from their wounds.
4.
The yellow Sac Spider is one to avoid. This little tiny guy can give quite a nasty bite out. These spiders are only around 10 millimeters long and have an ugly yellow color and are quite widespread around the world. The venom of the yellow Sac Spider is a cytotoxin, which means it breaks down cells, possibly causing necrosis. Bites are characterized by an initial stinging pain followed by redness and swelling, which can develop into a blister or sore.
5.
Here's the world's most famous spider, the tarantula. Specifically the fringed ornamental tarantula, and they have fangs that use a stabbing action, unlike most other species that use a pincer-like motion. But everybody knows that despite their terrifying demeanor, tarantula bites aren't so bad, right? Well, it may be true that most tarantula bites are no worse than a bee sting. However, the fringed ornamental tarantula are renowned for having a particularly nasty bite. The bite from one of these is reported to have caused excruciating pain and extreme muscle cramping in some cases. One bite victim ended up in the emergency room after experiencing severe spasm and chest pains. So whilst there have been no confirmed fatalities from the tarantula, it certainly carries a potent venom and injects it by the bucket load.
6.
This Australian spider is one of the 12 species of mouse spiders, which comes from Australia. And their name comes from their soft, furry abdomens, and not from the fact that they might eat mice, although I'm sure they would. Armed with huge fangs and a venom that is similar to that of the deadly Sydney funnelweb spider, this spider is every bit as dangerous as it looks. Whilst the mouse spider is potentially dangerous, it is far less aggressive than the Sydney funnelweb. Plus, it often gives dry bites, in other words, without venom. Therefore, it appears lower on the list than its meaner cousin.
7.
The SixEyed sand spider, whose scientific name means murderer, is certainly an assassin. It hunts by burying itself in the sand and waiting for its unsuspecting victim to wander by, at which point it pounces. In trials, it was shown that the venom from a bite was fatal to rabbits in as little as 5 hours. The venom is both hemolytic and necrotic, meaning it causes blood vessels to leak and destruction of flesh. How dangerous is the spider to humans? There have only ever been 2 suspected cases of bites to humans, and neither were conclusively attributed to the SixEyed. But results show whatever caused the bite was extremely dangerous. Combined with the fact that it can survive for a year on one meal, it probably isn't the biggest threat to humans.
8,
It's quite possible that after the tarantula, the black widow is the most famous and easily recognized arachnid on Earth, distinguished by its bright red spot. And its venom is potent, more so than any other spider but one. The only reason these spiders go on top of the list is because they're smaller and deliver less of it. The effects of this lethal toxin range from burning pain to a systemic condition known as latrodectism. Symptoms include general pain and swelling spreading from the affected area, abdominal cramps, nausea, and sweating, to name a few. This condition occurs in around half of bites and was often fatal in the very old and young, before antivenom became available.
9,
The brown recluse is a lover of the sun and heat, so if you're in the cooler parts of the world, you're safe enough. And on a positive note, the recluse is so called as it is relatively shy and not regarded as aggressive. Their small fangs also make it less likely they'll deliver a significant dose of venom. Their venom is effective at destroying tissue, so if you're bitten, unless you seek aid, you're going to be looking at amputation pretty soon after. Their venom is particularly known for its necrotic values, which translate to it destroying flesh. There is no antivenom to speak of, and treatment is to simply keep the open wound free from infection as much as possible.
10,
The Sydney funnelweb is an extremely aggressive species of spider. It will actively seek to attack predators, including humans, and will strike several times when it attacks something. The funnelweb doesn't have the most potent of venoms, but it's the quantity it delivers that causes serious damage. Its fangs are also truly impressive, the largest and sharpest of any spider inch for inch, and is actually longer than some snake species. They can bite through leather too. Within minutes of being bitten, the victim may suffer extreme symptoms such as muscle spasms, palpitations, vomiting, confusion, and swelling of the brain. In some cases, death has followed in as little as 15 minutes after the bite occurred. An antivenom does exist though, so breathe easy.
Thanks for watching another amazing video, folks. Subscribe for more from Elite Facts.